Hi guys, it's Sandy with Sandy Cogdell Designs, and today I am here for Trinity Stamps sharing this great card that I created with some of the new January release products. This is a pretty clean and simple card, and it was fairly quick to make. I will list all the products that I use down below so that if you want to create one yourself, you'll have an easy way to find what I used. All right, let's get started. To start this card, I'm going to be using the #1 fan add-on die that actually coordinates with the circle card die set, but I'm going to be using on the front of an A2. I've got 3 pieces of gray cardstock cut out at 4.5 square. I'm going to be using the grate, the fan piece, and that center piece that's going to cover the center of the fan. Since I want the top part of this card to be popped up, I have to fortify that cardstock and make it just a little bit stronger, not only to withstand the mailing if it's getting mailed, but also the recipient handling it. So I am going to cut out 3 of those grates. I'm going to glue 2 of the layers together, and that's going to be the top part of my fan. Sometimes I like to use rip and stick when I'm layering pieces of cardstock. However, for this particular piece, I felt like the little pieces of paper, all those little fine grates, were going to be pretty delicate, and it was going to be too tricky to use a type of adhesive that once it sticks, it's hard to move. So I went ahead and I just used the liquid glue for this. To make this a table fan, I had to get a little bit creative to find something that would be the base for this fan. So I'm using the Super Power add-on die. That's also a newer die. And I'm going to cut those out along with the fan blades and the center part of that fan on pink cardstock. I've got my little die cut pieces on my reusable grip mat. This is one of the new products from Trinity Stamps. It's called the Clingy Craftmate, and I absolutely love this thing. It really helps hold those pieces down so that you can do some ink blending around the edges. For these particular pieces, I am just dusting up the edges using Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide ink. Next, I'm placing a piece of light turquoise cardstock that's been cut to 5.25 by 4 inches, and I'm just going to dust up those edges using Salvage Patina Distress Oxide ink. I also need to mention to clean off this mat, it's super simple. All you do is just spritz it with some clean water and wipe it with I use a flour sack towel. I just love those because they're pretty lint free. I'm going to adhere that piece that I've just inked up to another piece of cardstock, a darker turquoise, that's been cut to the regular A2 size, which is 5.5 by 4.25. And I am definitely using liquid glue. I am a liquid glue girl. I prefer that over adhesives. And I don't know, I have problems with adhesives a lot in my climate. I don't know if it's because it's so dry in Colorado, but the liquid glue is a sure stick. Next, I want to attach the fan blades to the grate. The front grate of the fan. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue. I'm not putting around the outside edge because that fan's not going to reach those edges. And I'm just being real careful to get that centered, the blades centered on the grate. I'm going to take that third fan grate that I cut out, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to the back of the 2 on the front, sandwiching those fan blades in between. Once you get these layers together, there's actually 4, It is a pretty sturdy little piece of paper. Although, I mean, I don't think you'd really want to try to fold it, but it's definitely a lot sturdier than if you'd used just one piece, one or even two pieces of cardstock. I'm going to glue the two little pieces that I cut from the Superpower add-on together to create the base of my fan. And there's really no science behind it. I just have them overlapping just a little bit because I do want the height, just to make sure that that fan isn't too squatty. To determine where I'm going to glue the base of that fan down, I'm going to take the upper part of the fan, place it on my card where I think I want it, and then I'm just going to make sure that the space above the fan, the part with the grate, and the fan base is the same distance from the top of the card and the bottom of the card. And then I will just center the stand piece that I've created in between the two, the left and the right side edge. For the sentiment, I'm going to be using the Simply Sentimental Hello die set. I'm going to cut out one of the hellos from the dark turquoise, and then I'm going to cut out a second hello from that grayish color that I used for the grate on the fan. When I punch out the pieces from the die, especially on that turquoise piece, I want to make sure that I'm saving all those little bits that come out. They help create the shadow that will be that turquoise part. I don't need to worry too much about the pieces from the gray cardstock. I might want to tuck them in my envelope to use later if I need to, but I'll just probably throw them out. I'm going to temporarily put that gray lettering inside the turquoise shadow just to kind of help me line up where I want that sentiment to be on the fan. Now, if you don't pay attention to anything else in this video, pay attention to this because I've done this fan front 3 times and 2 of them I messed up. So when you are getting ready to place your sentiment on the front of that fan, make sure you have that fan lined up so that the bottom fan blade is covering or barely touching the base of that fan. If you put it with the fan blades off to the side, the right or the left, you're going to have a weird gap and it's going to be impossible to fill it with any type of cardstock. Okay, now that I know where my sentiment is going to be on my fan, I'm going to go ahead and glue on that turquoise shadow piece to the front of my fan. Next, I'm going to go ahead and glue in the gray part of my sentiment. And it's going to seem kind of weird because there isn't a lot for those pieces to actually glue onto because of that being a fan grate. But I just make sure that I have enough glue on my lettering so that it's going to stick to something when I put it down. But then again, I don't want too much glue so that it gushes out along the sides and gets on the top part of my cardstock because that kind of gets messy then. This is where I'm going to use those pieces that I saved from cutting out that shadow piece. Just going to apply some glue to the back of them and fill in those little holes. I'm going to pop the top of this fan up using some foam adhesive tape. I think this is a 2mm tape. You could use foam dots if you have them. I just had the tape and I like using that on bigger areas. It's just quicker and easier, and I think it kind of gives you a bit more stable surface. I'll go ahead and get those pieces peeled off, and then I'm going to use a little bit of wet glue to help me in the placement. That just gives me a little bit extra time to get that placed where I want it to be placed, in addition to giving it just a little bit more adhesive. For additional sentiment on this card, I'm using the Simply Sentimental Special stamp set. I've stamped out Special Friend using VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I've cut it out, leaving like a little flag and on the right hand side. I just thought that kind of gave it a little bit more interest and kind of maybe helped it feel like it was flying. I don't know. Next, I'm going to be using the Simply Sentimental Hello stamp set, and I'm going to stamp out the words, "It's been a long time," or "It's been way too long, let's catch up." I'll go ahead and stamp that on a separate piece of cardstock that I've cut to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. I'll get it stamped up using the VersaFine ink again, and then I will get it placed in the inside of that card. Again, I'm going to use liquid glue to adhere that card front I created with the fan on it to the card base of my card. I like to add a little bit of bling to my card fronts. So for this, I'm going to be using some silver confetti sparkle dots. And I love these dots because they're not only perfect for the front of a card, they are also great little shaker elements if you're doing a shaker card. I'm going to go ahead and glue these little guys on in the corners, maybe add one into the sentiment, and we are getting really close to being done here. I love the way this card turned out. To me, this would be at least what I would consider clean and simple. Sometimes I get carried away on my cards, but this one's just very generic. It's not season specific. It would just be a really nice card to reach out to a friend that you haven't talked to for a while. There's a list down below of all the Trinity products that I have used to create this card. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos. You can also subscribe to their blog to be inspired by all kinds of other fun little projects. Again, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you soon.